Robert Kemble, Earl of Macclesfield, had never been given to flights of fancy. But when he saw the girl by the lake, he fell instantly in love. It wasn't her beauty. With her black hair and pert nose, she was certainly attractive, but he'd seen women far more beautiful in the ballrooms of London. It wasn't her intelligence. He had no reason to believe that she was stupid, but as he hadn't shared 2 words with her, he couldn't vouch for her intellect either. It certainly wasn't her grace. His first glimpse of her came as she flailed her arms and slipped off a wet rock. She landed on another rock with a loud thump, followed by an equally loud, "Oh, bother!" as she stood and rubbed her sore backside. He couldn't put his finger on it. All he knew was that she was perfect. He moved forward, keeping himself hidden in the trees. She was in the process of stepping from one stone to another, and any fool could see that she was going to slip, because the stone she was stepping onto was slick with moss and— splash! "Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear!" Robert couldn't help but grin as she ignominiously hauled herself to the shore. The hem of her dress was soaked, and her slippers had to be ruined. He leaned forward, noticing that her slippers were sitting in the sun, presumably where she'd left them before hopping from stone to stone. Smart girl, he thought approvingly. She sat down on the grassy bank and began to wring out her dress, offering Robert a delicious view of her bare calves. Where had she stashed her stockings, he wondered. And then, as if guided by that sixth sense only females seem to possess, she jerked her head up sharply and looked about. "Robert?" she called out. "Robert, I know you're there." Robert froze, certain that he'd never met her before, certain they'd never been introduced, and even more certain that even if they had, she'd not be calling him by his given name. "Robert!" she said, fairly yelling at him now. "I insist you show yourself." He stepped forward. "As you wish, my lady." He said this with a courtly bow.